Hello everybody, hello chat, I'm back. And it's time to do more shiny hunting. Just get down to business, just be straightforward. Where's the counter? There it is. Oh. One of my infinity fox VTuber. Yup. I'm back. We're doing the infamous shiny hunt of Debweasel. We're back. I'm like Thanos collecting fox VTubers, possibly. I get back in my groove. I haven't shiny hunted in ages. Hopefully Wafer shows up tonight. I would love that if Wafer shows up tonight. That would be fantastic. I forgot how high the number was. It's so high. 2,800 and like it's a lot. But it's a high number. So if you are one of the infinity stones in fox form, what would you be? Power? I don't know if I'd be power. Or what would be my power? Or what would be the power? Sorry. God. If we're talking about regular infinity stones where it's like power, time, all that stuff, I have no idea. I don't remember all of them. What was it? Power, there's 6 infinity stones, right? 6? Or is there 5? I don't remember. I know there's one in the center, and then I think there's 4 on the knuckles. Oh, and then there's one on the thumb too. So yeah, there's 6. So there's power, reality, time, space. And that's all I remember. What's the other ones? It's the last 3. Or 2. Last 2. Power, reality, time, space. I don't remember the other ones. Mind. Oh, mind is 1. What was the last one? I'm trying to like go through the Marvel movies in my brain. Oh, was it soul? I thought that was, no, that's not. Is that reality or is it soul? Is it soul? Soul stone, reality stone, the mind stone, space stones, time stone, power stone. I think that's it. I think it's soul. Time, space, mind, reality, soul, and power. Okay, so what's soul? Okay. I don't know. I would say soul stone if it wasn't for the weird, crazy sacrifice that involves like getting it. Like, that's not me. That's absolutely not me. I wouldn't be mind reality. Or time. Maybe space? I guess space. I don't know. Seems like the safest option. Just teleport from place to place. In terms of like other power, I'd probably just be like life or fire. Something like that. Lucky didn't die in vain. Don't say that. Horrible. I'm currently shiny hunter platinum, or in platinum for guaranteed hunt. That's awesome. That is so cool. That's got some of the best like music ever too. Like I'm sure that's super fun. If I had a DS capture card, I would absolutely probably do the same thing. Oh, if I said absolutely, probably. Probably because I don't know if I can find another platinum game. I'm not deleting my platinum. I love my platinum. Got Evernight in 60. I got it in 10. I was so happy. I didn't even expect it, but I got it. I think I was at like 20 pity though, so I guess you could say 30, but that's because I failed on Firefly and I was very sad. But still, 10. Pulled only once and I got her. Although for the light cone, I was already at guarantee, but I went to max pity for the light cone. I did 80 and I got the light cone. Like, the light cone took a long time. Should I go? Should I be getting another Himiko for E6? No, I hope not. No idea why I do these things to myself. I already have a shiny Giratina from Sword. I'm going to do this thing with 8,000 odds. I mean, that's what makes it fun though, especially getting Giratina in his like his own game. I mean, I respect it. Have you ever tried to get Celebi Fang from what is it? It's not Crystal. Is it Leaf Green that Celebi's in? I think so. I don't remember. Let me know if the volume's like too loud or anything for you guys, by the way. I haven't messed with anything in a while, so let me know if anything's off. You don't have Crystal Virtual Console. I'm hoping... Okay, I don't know what they're gonna do for a rerun next patch. Because I know Cyrenian's the only new... They've already announced that Cyrene is the only new banner or new character that'll be released in 3.7. But what will they do for reruns, I wonder? And I hope it's Hyacinth because I need Hyacinth. But I hope it's also not like a triple again, because if it's a triple again, I'm scared it's gonna be Casterus, Hyacinth, and Cypher, and I want all three of those, but I don't have the money to do that. So have mercy on me, Hawkeye. Just give me one. Boo! Hi, Lubster. Hope you're doing well. It's almost spooky month. Actually, it's really close for spooky month, I think, for your time zone. Eastern, but mine is 3 more hours away. I'm not excited, more like skipping the Don Hung banner in the Inaxa rerun. I mean, you get Don Hung for free anyways. You just have to log in during his banner. So it's really not that bad. I mean, I'm not pulling for Don Hung, I'm just pulling for his light cone if I can. But yeah. When's that start? The 15th. October 15th is when they said it would be, you'll be able to log in and get Don Hung for free. So. And good luck on Nikkei, Mori. That's a whole different ball game. I don't play Nikkei, it's not my cup of tea, but respect all the gacha players because it's hard out there. I did not originally intend to hunt for Guarantee in this game. I'm mainly playing so I can hunt Palkia, but I figure why the heck not since I'm here. I mean, you might as well also hunt for Dialga while you're at it. Like, why not? Why stop there? Just do all of it. And then just get an action replay and then do Shaman and Arceus. I mean, why not? When I was younger, I do remember seeing some kid playing, before I really got into Pokemon, some kid was playing the Shaman event on Platinum. I remember seeing some kid do that. I was like, what is that? I've never seen that before. And it looked like fun, so. You know what? Fair point. Well, I thought you wanted him more than anyone. You mean Don Hung? I mean, yeah, but you get him for free. I don't need evolutions. First of all, I don't have the money for that. Second of all, if I get him for free, I'm not spending any more money. I'm gonna try and get his light cone for sure, so I can have him complete. But aside from that, there's no need. I'm absolutely logging in day one and getting him, because I'm planning on using him. I'm gonna like gather his materials early so that I can level him up to level 70, if not 80. The S rank or a different one? That is the one I wanted, the Don Hung. Well, there's technically two. It's not really S rank, it's technically 5-star, but there's 2 5-star Don Hungs. There's a Biber de Lune, and then there's the new one for Mr. Turan, or Terrain, or something. I like the new one, Permisoteron, or PT for short, more than Embarbalune. So, I liked Embarbalune. He's pretty darn powerful, but Permisoteron is busted as heck, and he's a support. Like, he's a shielder, which is, like, if you don't have a healer, that's, like, the next best thing, and I don't really have the greatest of healers. I do have Gallagher now, so that's a little different now, but I still am gonna use him, so. And I can also, because I have Evernight now, I can buff the heck out of him, so heck yeah, I'm getting him. Absolutely. I'm being strategic now. If I don't get this guaranteed tonight, I'm for sure taking a break tomorrow. I got other plans. Well, that's good. You should take breaks. Still no healer. I got Gallagher the other day, so that's been very helpful. That's changed the game for me, like, seriously. But I do want more, because why not? I want more options than just one. I don't want to rely on just one character, because it gets tiring when you have the one character that's kind of just stuck in your team. And you want a good character that... Because the problem with healers and shielders is half the time, if they're not using a shield or if they're not healing, they're just sitting there. And I want someone who can attack well and be strong while also doing, like, the shielding or healing. So, both Permisoteron and Hyacinth are the best for that. Gallagher is number 3. So, now that I have Gallagher, I'm at least in the ball game. But I do want to get other characters too. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm going to go for the level 100 shiny Magikarp with the Destiny Mark and Violet. Oh, that's awesome! Happy early birthday, Fang. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but happy birthday. And good luck on your shiny Magikarp. I hope you get the level 100 Magikarp. The Destiny Mark. It'd be awesome. I, earlier this year, tried to do shiny hunting on my birthday to get the Destiny Mark. I was able to get a shiny, but it didn't have the Destiny Mark. I got a shiny Psyduck. So, I don't remember what I named him. I think I named him Birthday, just because I was like, I don't know what else. But it was really cool. I wanted to finish grinding Evelyn on ZZ to max, but I had to work early in the morning. You got this. You'll get it. No worries. You got this. I attempted the same hunt last year, so until I get it, it's gonna be a tradition. That's awesome. You know, you could also technically change your clocks. If you wanted to continue the next day, you could also technically do it the next day. I know it's not the same, but you could. I've seen some streamers do it, so. But it's entirely up to you. But I wish you luck regardless. Yeah, but that's boring. That's fair. I respect it. My handheld emulator died the other day, so I lost my Pokemon Platinum playthrough. Aww. That's sad. It's okay. Maybe one day you could have, like, the real one on the DS. I still have my real Platinum. In fact, I think I have 2. So I think I have one for my first original adventure where I, like, action replayed the heck out of it. And I made everything level 100 because my brother and I, as like a tradition, would get, like, all the legendaries in the game. We level them up to level 100 using rare candies, and then we battle each other in a full legendary, like, face-off. I wish they do that in a competitive. I know that's not a thing. Most legendaries are banned, but I would love to have a competitive field that is just legendaries. You can't use anything else except for legendaries and mythicals. And Latapus and Ultra Beasts and all that stuff because they're basically legendaries. I think it'd be cool. I lost my DS card for Platinum. No. I'd say find one at a GameStop or something, but it's gonna be expensive. And you have to be careful for forgeries because there's a lot. But I say give it a try. Because it's so much fun to just play it, like, naturally. Pokemon Platinum is still, like, my favorite game. Like, I love Legends Arceus and the others, but, like, Pokemon Platinum is such a nostalgic trip for me. It's like $100 minimum for one now. Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you? Okay, just think about it. It's $100 for like platinum now. Back in the day, it was $40 at release. 40. It's like crazy. It's just mind blowing. In fact, you can probably get this game that I'm playing right now, Brilliant Diamond, for $40. Like, that's insane that it's so much now for platinum. But it's such a good game. It's such a good game. I love playing through platinum. The music and everything, it's just so good. That's why I still got the Xbox 360 game disc waiting for them to go up. I mean, I've got a few Xbox 360 games as well. So, I feel you. I have Nintendo 64 games that I still play because I love the Nintendo 64. So, heck yeah. I just looked it up a week or two ago. BDSP is like $45-ish. I mean, yeah, it was close. I was like, it's not probably very far off. But Pokemon in general is so popular nowadays that it's just gonna skyrocket. Like, selling anything Pokemon is like easy money. Someone will buy it. Unless you make it something ridiculous. But it is crazy. But it's good though. It makes you realize how much everyone loved the games and stuff. Lots of fun. Crazy how we're just a couple weeks away till ZA drops. It doesn't feel real because for years, I don't even remember the last time a Pokemon game was released not in November, not including Legends ZA, because technically there was BDSP that was released in November. So not counting Legends Arceus, I don't remember the last time a Pokemon game was not released in November. It's weird that it's releasing in October. I don't think it's ever released in October. Like, at least as far as I can recall. Like, because I can recall at least up to Sun and Moon. But I don't remember Kalos or the other, but it's just crazy. Yeah. I mean, it depends on the game. Certain games are worth probably that much, certain games aren't. Like, I can still buy some Nintendo 64 games that are really cheap, but I'm not selling them, I'm keeping them. I like my 64 games. I know technically they're on the Switch now, but I still have the original game console and everything, and it still works. Like, why would I get rid of it? I'm gonna keep it. It's a nostalgic trip for me, and it's something that's precious to me, so. Saw Mario 64 $150 at a con. I mean, I bet. I have Mario 64. I have Mario 64, I've got GoldenEye, 007, and I've got Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. So, and several others, but those are just the main ones that I play. One game I don't have on the 64 that I do wish I had. That I wish I had? Wish I have? I don't know. Can't speak. Would be Smash Brothers on 64. That'd be cool. I remember playing that at a friend's house as a kid. That was crazy. There's a new 007 game coming out? That sounded interesting. I played that game on the 64 with my cousins all the time when I was young. It was cool. Like, it was just so fun playing multiplayer. I never played the actual main story, I just played multiplayer, but it was just so much fun. No worries, Lumpster. Yeah, it's like earning the 007 title. Yeah. It's a good game. It's so jank, but it's like, if you look at it now, like people always complain about graphics. I'm like, I don't complain about graphics. I played the 64 games and they were the coolest thing ever, and they still are the coolest thing ever. Oh, you know what? 2 64 games that are the coolest games ever that are so old, and some of you won't even know at all what they are. Forget Mario Kart, which there probably was Mario Kart 64. I think there was. I think I played that before at a dentist's office when I was young. But Mickey Mouse. Mickey Speedway USA. If you've ever seen that or you ever know that, you are the best ever. Like, Mickey Speedway USA is the funniest Mickey Mouse kart, Disney kart, whatever you want to call it, ever. It's so entirely goofy, but it's so funny and I love it so much. I still love it. I was actually playing the other, like before I moved, I was hanging out with some of my friends before we like moved away. Some of my IRL friends, and we were playing, we decided to bring up and play Mickey Speedway USA. But the problem is you have to find the right TV to play the 64 on now, because otherwise it'll get really blurry. So we couldn't see the track because the pixels didn't really, there was too many pixels on the TV and not enough pixels on the game. And we couldn't see the track, so we kept running into walls. And so Mickey and Minnie and all the characters are going, whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. It was so funny. And we were cracking up. It was such a good time. Another good one, classic, absolute classic of the 64. Probably my favorite 64 game ever is Kirby and the Crystal Shards. Kirby 64. Awesome game. It's the only game with Kirby where you can combine 2 different powers to make a new power, and it's the coolest powers ever. Like, I would love to play that game for you guys sometime, because, man, and the music, it's such a bop. It's such a bop. Such a good game. Sounds hilarious. It was very fun. Best Smash Bros. Game ever was Brawl. I'll die on that hill. I agree. Like, 64 was good, but Brawl was a whole different ball game. Brawl was good. I know everyone's like hyping up Ultimate because of all the characters, and it's fun, but like, Brawl was good for several reasons. First of all, the main story was so fun. So fun. It was actually had a story. You could kind of acquire characters as you go. It was good. Like, the story for Brawl was good. Like, if you weren't playing multiplayer, the story was great. I wish they brought back like a good story like that. Like, man, I don't even know. Like, I was playing the Smash Ultimate story a little bit, but it's only okay. It's not as good as Brawl's. Brawl's was fun. Like, you could just like be Kirby and like pretend to be like Snake at the same time or something. It was crazy. Brawl was good. I loved Brawl. Also, the Master Hand is always like the funniest boss ever in the whole Smash Bros. Series. I think that's just, the hand is it's so funny. Nintendo's too busy with suing to make good stories anymore. I don't know about that. How did I go fighting the shiny Turtwig? It was 648 encounters, I think? No, 98. 698 encounters, I think. That was a long time ago. That was like back in like March. That was a long time ago. Oh, wait, we got the shiny Turtwig. Wow, we're looking for shiny Weasel, and we were having a lot less luck. The encounters are faster, at least, so can't complain on that, but... $6.98, yeah. About 13 streams for this little guy. Yeah, it's been a lot. I mean, we had like what, 10 streams or 9 streams for Turtwig. So, but to be fair, Turtwig's like encounters took a lot longer. So, it's only a little over the amount of streams for Turtwig, but for Weasel compared to Turtwig, but it's still a lot more encounters. I mean, it's like what, 1 in 4,080 something? 1 in 4,800? Is that how much it is? Technically, we're like 2,000 away from odds, I think. You are gonna get, are you gonna get ZA when it releases? I plan to. Hopefully, if everything goes well, then I should be able to stream it next Thursday. Or not next Thursday, a couple Thursdays from now. The 16th. But we'll see. That is the plan. Wish you all your luck on Gacha, about to go to pity with this shiny. Yeah, that's for sure. I like to test my odds. That is the kind of streamer I am. Whether it's Honkai Star Rail or shiny hunting. I might get the Switch 2 bundle when I have enough money. I do want to get the Switch 2 bundle. I thought about that for a while, but I'm not going to have the funds for that to get it on release. I'm just going to get the regular Switch version and then maybe get the Switch 2 version later. So, gotta go to bed now. Good night, everyone. Good night, Lumpster. Take care. Gonna trade in a whole bunch of stuff that'll cut the price by like a third. That'll be good. I plan to sell basically the Switch that I'm playing on right now, which is I've only been using for streaming. I plan to sell this Switch after I get the Switch 2 and just get some money back from that, but right now it is not a priority. This was probably a while ago, but there was a thing where some Switch 1 games weren't properly made for the Switch 2 and wouldn't work properly, so you might want to keep the Switch 1 just in case. I have a Switch Lite. That's my like personal whatever, like whenever I want to play kind of Switch Lite. That's like my off-stream thing. But I only got this Switch so I can stream because I needed a dock. But I have my own personal Switch Lite, so I'll still have a regular Switch so I can play regular Switch games and stuff on it if I want to. But I don't need this specific Switch because that was only for streaming, and I will have the Switch 2 for streaming instead. Yeah, I've had the Switch. I've had the Switch Lite ever, like several years since it like kind of first came out. I only got the Switch Lite. I didn't get the regular Switch. So then when I wanted to stream, I had to like really consider, because I was like, well, do I spend the money to get another Switch that I can only use for streaming because I have to have a dock in order to use the capture card. So, yep, that's what I did. I got it on a Black Friday deal though, so that was nice. Yeah. Now where I live in New Zealand, Switch 2 bundle is like 800 bucks. That's crazy. It's only 500 around here. Still crazy, but... So I was actually curious yesterday, and I looked up how much the regular Switch is, like nowadays. Cause I was like, how much is it? I don't remember like how much it was. I think I only spent like maybe 200, 250 or something when I bought my streaming Switch on Black Friday. That's also Black Friday. So it was like 300. It's like 300 for a Switch. And I was like, hey, So I didn't realize like how expensive it was, but yeah, they're expensive. I mean, it is a whole console to be fair, so that makes sense. I still think like about $100 for a game these days is a little crazy. Like, I'm glad at least Pokemon is not that crazy. I mean, it's still $60 for the regular Switch ZA, but it's $70 for Switch 2. I'm glad it's not $80. I still think it's $80 for a Mario Kart game is insane. Like, $80 for a game in general is just crazy. I could barely, as a kid, convince my parents to get a $20 like Game Boy game. Like, I don't know how parents like, or how kids like ask their parents for any game these days. Like, say, can you buy this $80 game? Like, I guess the only saving grace is Steam. That's why people, like, kids are playing Steam games. I feel like Nintendo's audience is more adults now because kids can't afford an $80 game, and not all the parents are gonna want to spend that money. So instead, they're just playing Steam games that are like $20 or under. It's crazy. The NZ in New Zealand, the Switch 2 version of Legend ZA is $120. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. That's a bit crazy. It's over now. You're fine. But yeah, I'm excited for ZA. I've heard that the new battle system is a lot to get used to from the people who have like beta tested and played it early. But it's still fun. So it's gonna be difficult, sounds like, but I think that I like the challenge. So I think it'll be lots of fun. I'm excited for that. I get used to things real quickly. That's good. Do you know what starter you want to pick? I think I'm still going for Totodile, but Totodile's Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita are the starters. Though the only typing that we have for the rumored new evolutions that we know of is probably going to be Chikorita's Grass Fairy. But, which I'm definitely tempted to pick Chikorita. Like, because I do like Chikorita. There is a Mega Delphox, a Mega Greninja, and a Mega Chespin. But they're going to be, just like in Legends Arceus, you'll be able to just catch those out in the wild. So you can have all three if you wanted to. I do want to get Delphox, because I've always loved the witchy vibe that Delphox has had, but now it's like really like got the witchy vibe, and I'm really excited about that. Although I will not lie, Mega Chestnut is very sick. So I'm not a fan of Mega Greninja. He's kind of just Ash Greninja, but upside down. Like, it just seems really silly. But I'm thinking like Totodile's my starter, Delphox, and then maybe another new Mega. Like, we obviously haven't seen all the new Megas. I'm hoping there's gonna be a Mega Flygon. I feel like it's gonna be so disappointing if they don't do Mega Flygon, but I guess we'll see. Mega Greninja had like a $2 budget. I don't think it's bad. I just think that they already did Grass, like Ash Greninja. There's not much else they could do to it. I feel like I've already kind of like stretched for Greninja thin. I still think Ash Greninja was the dumbest thing. They should have just made him a Mega from the first place. I don't think they should have done Ash Greninja. I think that's the dumbest thing. They did it once and then they never talked about it again. It's the dumbest thing. The thing with Mega Greninja was known as Ash Greninja. I mean, yeah, people calling one the same. It pretty much was. And they pretty much like redid the design, just took a little bit of the ash out, and it was just Mega Greninja. I think the funniest thing is most people are like, it's Dragonite. Like, I do kind of want to get Mega Dragonite. It's really cute, so I kind of want to get Mega Dragonite. But I'm really excited to see what other new Pokemon there are. Is there other regional forms? Like, is there any other new Pokemon? Like, I'm very interested. I don't think I'll get Mega Victory Bell or Mega Halucha or Mega Malamar. Mega Malamar is so weird. But I do think it's a good design for Mega Malamar. I think it's actually a really sleek design. I'm just not a Malamar fan. And I will say the ad for Mega Malamar was creepy. They did such a good job with that. I have 3 Pokemon planned for my team already. Meganium, Delphox, and Absol. The rest will probably be other new Megas that have yet to be revealed. Yeah, I don't know. Because I think I'm going to do Gardevoir, just because they're releasing if you get the game within like the first like couple months, you can get a route with a Gardevoir. Like, I might as well use it. So I'll probably use Mega Gardevoir, because I do love Mega Gardevoir. I do want to use Mega Lucario at some point, because I do love Mega Lucario, and I do like Mega Absol as well. Like, I definitely want to reuse a bunch of the old Megas. So I'm probably, the other reason why getting it on the Switch 1 is going to be beneficial to me is I can play it for you guys on stream, and then I can play it off stream, like on a different save file. So if I, for example, wanted to do Totodile for you guys, I'll do another save file on my Switch Lite, and I'll probably do Chikorita as my starter. And I'll have like the other Megas I'll use. So like, for example, maybe I'll use Absol, Lucario, and Gallade, for example, on my other team. And then I'll just still focus on like the new ones for you guys or something. So I'll probably do something like that. At least until I get other fairy psychic types. That's fair. I love Mega Gardevoir. I used Gardevoir, period, for the first time in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I've never used it before that. I've heard about how popular it was, but I just never used it. But when I was playing through Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for the first time, I found a Ralts, and I used it, and I got the Mega Stone for it eventually, and it was the coolest thing ever. I was so happy with how good it was, especially with the fairy typing. Like, it was so good, because there wasn't a lot of fairy types back then, because it was still so new. So it was one of the best at the time, and it was just great. I used Gardevoir for the first time in BDSP. Yeah, sure. But yeah. Isn't Malamar the one that you need to turn the console upside down for? Yes, it is. It is definitely the one you have to turn the console upside down for. It's a very silly one. But I did like using Gardevoir a lot. When Megas were first revealed, I used Lucario because it was gifted to you. And that was really cool. I even did the whole crazy event with the contest in order to get the I will not lie, that surprised the heck out of me. I totally forgot about DTS, but yeah, thanks for using DTS. That sounds really good. But yeah, you can't hear it? You should be able to hear it. I heard it. What? It said it's on. Gardevoir ended up dealing the final blow to Cynthia's Garchomp when I used it. Should have worked. I don't know, maybe it'll work now. Either way. I heard it, so It should be fixed now. I don't know why it didn't work, but it did. Should have, but anyway. That is an interesting story. Is Ultra Necrozma not your like favorite, or is it just the one that like kind of showed up in your brain? It is a very unique Pokemon, Ultra Necrozma. So, Gardevoir ended up dealing the final blow to Cynthia's guard type when I used it. That's awesome. It's the first one I thought of. Yeah, that makes sense. You probably were just recently playing Sun and Moon or something, but I never finished Ultra Sun and Moon. I never did. I actually pulled it up the other day and I was looking through it, but I never did. I actually was trying to catch a lot of the Pokemon though, so looks like I was trying to complete the dex. Which also, I found out this earlier this year. Apparently, if you complete the like Alola dex, it counts as like you get like the national, you get the shiny charm from it. Like normally it was you only get the shiny charm if you complete the national dex, which is like all 7 regions. But it isn't the case in Ultra Sun and Moon, which is cool, by the way. Like, I didn't know that. So I thought that was not a thing until Sword and Shield. So that's kind of cool. I said that out loud, and then in my head I was like, why did I say that? Yeah, makes sense. So what is your favorite Pokemon then? Plasma? Mine is Celebi. And then Lucario, and then Glaceon. Or, well, Lucario and Glaceon are basically tied, but Celebi is number 1. I'd probably say Glaceon's number 2, and then Lucario. If I had to pick like a Pokemon though to have as like my first Pokemon, I'd probably pick Eevee though, just so I can have Glaceon as my first. If not Riolu, so I can have Lucario as my first. One of those two would probably be my first starter. What about you guys in chat? What would be your starter if you started out in the world of Pokemon, wherever you wanted to start, no matter what region? Like I'd start in Sinnoh. Like what would be your starter and why? And it doesn't have to be a regular starter Pokemon, it could be any Pokemon. Except a legendary. Don't pick a legendary, that's just not realistic. If I could have any Pokemon at first, I get Arceus because realistically, what would anyone be able to do against God? No. Wingull, yes, let's go. Thank you, first time chatter. Vulpix, I just love Ninetales. That's fair. Wait, is Alolan Vulpix or regular Vulpix? That's an important question. Because I would pick Alolan Vulpix, but I do respect regular Ninetales and regular Vulpix because they are very cool. I think Cantonian Ninetales is just a bit more. I think I like Cantonian Ninetales just a bit more than Alolan. That's fair. I like Alolan because I'm really big into like winter and ice and snow and stuff, but I do like regular Cantonian Vulpix and Ninetales. I don't want to sound rude, but why would you pick a normal Pokemon when you can have any of the literal gods in the universe? Because if you were put into the Pokemon world, realistically, you're not going to be handed an egg that has Giratina or Dialga, or Arceus. You're gonna have an egg or a Pokeball that has a regular Pokemon in it. Because who would give a child a Pokemon of that power? And yes, I agree with Dryeth. It is way too easy if you get like one of the god Pokemon. You gotta have like an adventure and a bit of a challenge in your adventure. Now, I never said you can't have a shiny to start with, because you can start with a shiny if you want. Like I would definitely want to get like a shiny Shinx on my team. If I was like in the real world, I just look around until I found like a yellow Shinx. As over leveled, then it won't obey you. That's true. But then why would you want something that doesn't obey you? Especially if it can like destroy you in like a single breath. Like, I don't think you want that. I get Ditto and make it transform into Arceus. There you go. I accept that one. Also, can I just say, I agree with people who have the gripe that Shiny Ditto should transform into the shiny version of whatever Pokemon it's transforming into. Like, I get why it doesn't, but I still think it should, just cause. I think that'd be such a neat feature for Ditto. Ditto is actually a great starter Pokemon. You could actually do a lot with Ditto. I think the only Pokemon that would not be very good as a starter is the Why Not Wobbuffet line, because you'd have to wait for someone to hit you first, and at that point most people and most trainers would be wary of that, so you'd just be sitting there and you wouldn't be able to do anything. I mean, they actually had an anime episode, because I saw a clip about it. I've never seen the full episode, but they had an anime episode where Team Rocket kidnapped the Ditto and tried to make it transform into legendary Pokemon or other Pokemon. And it could, to some extent. Now, this was also a defective, quote-unquote, Ditto, because it couldn't transform very well at all. But, like, a normal Ditto should be able to do that just fine. Now, will it be able to have the moves to be able to use on that? I don't think so. I know the full requirements, but I think if they just have a picture, they can transform and look like it. That doesn't mean they can act like it without actually seeing it. Starting with a Magikarp might be bad. That's not true, because there's actually, because I've seen all the episodes in the Pokemon anime for Gen 4 and Gen 3. There's an episode of the Gen 4 anime that showed two people, one with a Feebas and one with a Magikarp. And they actually made their Magikarp and their Feebas into the strongest Magikarp and Feebas. And they were actually pretty good. Because Magikarp does eventually learn Tackle. So it can actually do something. It might be a bit of a struggle, but it won't be horrible all the time. So, in Feebas, you just have to, like, take care. Like, there was actually an episode, I think, in, like, either Journeys or Kalos, I don't remember. I think I saw a clip about Feebas that evolved into Milotic. This little girl was like in kindergarten and she had a Feebas and all she did was clean it all day and it like evolved. Like, you just gotta clean the scales and it'll be pretty enough and it'll evolve. Bam. Like, Feebas is almost even easier. And yes, I would love a Milotic on my team. I will absolutely take a Feebas, take care of it, and make it into a Milotic, because that would be so incredibly cool. Milotic is a beautiful Pokemon, and it's also a beast of a Pokemon. I have not used Milotic on a team until Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I really experimented with my team, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. It was also the first time I used Absol and Mega Absol, all of which were super cool, and they were goated members on my team, and I love them for that, so... Magikarp is okay with Splash. I do think poor James in like the Gen 1 anime mistreated his poor Magikarp pretty badly. And ended up biting him in the butt. Can you imagine if he kept the Magikarp and got a Gyarados on his team? He probably actually would have won and stolen Pikachu by then on his own. Like, dang. Mega Absol is such a cool Pokemon. It should have been Dark Fairy. I think that would have been really cool if it was Dark Fairy, but I do think it's pretty cool as it is. It could also have been Dark Flying, but they didn't do that at all either. Yeah, Water's weak to electric, and yeah, true, but like, there's like, again, where there's a will, there's a way. Ash has proven so many times that it doesn't matter the type difference. You can easily find a way to block it. Like, he did that with Buizel with this defense-like shield he made out of, like, Aqua Jet. Like, who says Gyarados can't do something similar? Not only that, but Misty had a Gyarados and did pretty darn well with her Gyarados against Ash. But also at the same time, Ash's Pikachu can also use electric attacks and against an Onix and totally knock out the Onix for some strange reason. So they probably would have won from plot anyway. So would have made it more interesting though. Dark Fairy just makes sense though, even the Angel of Death vibes it gives. I do agree. I 100% agree. I think Dark Fairy would be such a cool typing for it. I don't know if there's... I feel like there is a Pokemon that's Dark Fairy, but I don't remember which one it is. There's gotta be one. Oh, right, Grimmsnarl and Fluttermane. And Impidimp and Morgan are the only ones. That makes sense, but, like, I do think, like, an Angel of Death for Pokemon would have been really cool, so... Fluttermane's Ghost Fairy? Oh, I don't know why it showed up on Google when I just Googled it real quick, but I guess it is Ghost Fairy. I'll take your word for it. I want Darkrai and Cresselia to both be Fairy. Cresselia can make sense. I don't think Darkrai. I think Darkrai being pure dark makes so much sense, and I think it should stay pure dark. Didn't Ash's Pikachu change moves mid-move? I have no idea. Ash's Pikachu's got so much plot device. It's insane. Google's wrong a lot of time with Pokemon. Yeah, it is. I mean, there was the whole Salamence type thing, like, for a long time. They should have made Darkrai Dark Ghost. I still think it being pure dark makes sense. It's the darkness Pokemon. It's the bringer of nightmares. It makes sense that it is completely ghost type and ghost type only. Or sorry, dark type and dark type only. So... I'm kind of okay with it being pure dark. I think it and Umbreon are some of the few that are pure dark Pokemon, so. I still think we need a flying type evolution. Like, just one more evolution and making a flying type one would be so cool. I've had some art I've done in the past of like a evolution with like wings, kind of like Mega Absol. But they're made out of clouds, and it's got a little cloud neckerchief, little bit of swirls on its ears, little puffs on its like ends of its feet and its tail. Like, I think that'd be so cute, but and it being like bluish, whitish colors, like clouds. It would be such a cute Pokemon, like Arion or something, but or Arion or something. But it is what it is. Can be a dream. I do think it would be so cool if they just did an evolution of every type, but I don't think they are. They're just gonna stick with probably what they have, and I think that's fine. But yeah, ghosts give you nightmares. Yeah, but it's not about being ghosts and nightmares, because ghosts are like, they're not really bringers of nightmares. They're like what the nightmares are about. So him being pure darkness, which is something that most people are afraid of. I think it's one of the top things people are afraid of. Bugs and darkness are, I think, that's some of the major fears. And so having a pure Pokemon of pure darkness makes sense. A lot of people mistake Darkrai as Dark Ghost. I've always known it to be plain dark. Maybe because I grew up with the Rise of Darkrai movie. I just always knew Darkrai was pure dark, but Nimbion for the Italian evolution, Nimbus, I guess, but I don't know. Arion just sounds like a fun name. gonna see if we can get to 2950, and we'll see if I want to go to 3000 or not tonight. We'll see. But yeah, I know a lot of people want either a poison, ghost, or dragon especially, evolution. I don't really care for that as much. I think ghost evolution would be cool in terms of like what it would look like design-wise. I don't really see them doing dragon. It just doesn't make sense to me. Bug, I don't see them doing it all. Same with like fighting. I don't really see that happening, but I don't know. Who knows? There's so many possibilities for name origins and possible evolutions of many types. That's true. I only want a fighting Eevee. That's fair. I've seen people put like making it like a tan kind of color with like red accents. It'd be kind of cool. With like kind of like fighting scarves and scars and stuff. I think that'd be interesting. Hear me out. Air balloon, electric, Terra, Shedinja. That'd be fun. It'd be interesting. Only able to hit by a super effective ground type move. Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, with Terras people like Terras a lot. I still think they look goofy as heck and they could have made them a little more subtle. But aside from the goofy look, they're very effective. Like it's very, you can really play strategically with Terras. So I think Pokemon Champions, I think is the new game that's coming out. It's like the new kind of Pokemon Stadium game, basically. I think that'll be really fun with Terras and Megas. And also, I think Gigantamax is also in it too. I don't think Z Crystals are in it though, which I guess makes sense because Z Crystals are kind of dumb, but maybe they are in it. Who knows? If you use substitute, you can't hit by status moves. True. I test most of my teams Pokemon Showdown. Substitute even possible with Shedinja because of having only 1 HP. Use Shed Tail instead. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, you could play some pretty strategic moves. I'm excited to see more Megas and stuff in the game. So, for ZA. Sorry, I'm like off topic a bit, but. I wonder how many Megas they're gonna put in. Because if they're gonna put in, because it sounds like with the DLC, they're gonna add in all the Megas, so you can be able to go through the DLC and get all the Megas. But then, I wonder if there are gonna be more Megas in the DLC aside from the 2 Raichus. But I feel like it's gonna be just the 2 Raichus though. But I have no idea. 25 plus Megas? Like new Megas or like all the Megas in total? Because that's not a lot if it's all the Megas in total. But if there's 25 plus Megas, that'd be really cool. And I hope they're not all Gen 1. I agree with some people who are like having a gripe that a lot of them are Gen 1. I do want other gens, not just Gen 1. I do think a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon need it, but I still want other gens. I do like Mega Raichu X. I don't like Mega Raichu Y. I actually thought Mega Raichu Y was Pikachu. Like Mega Pikachu. Like, it was very much Pikachu-like. I just was like not into it. But I thought about using Mega Raichu. I might. I don't know. I have not decided yet. What if we get Mega Luxray? That'd be cool. Finally get Dark-type Luxray. Who knows? Mega Flygon, I think, is the one thing that everyone's going to be talking about. If they don't make Mega Flygon, I feel like that's going to be the biggest blunder ever on Pokemon's part. I feel like it's a dumb idea not to do it at this point. Like, I know that they were trying to do it in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but they just couldn't come up with a design. They've had several years to come up with a design now. Like, I hope that they at least, like, found one, you know? I don't want Dark Luxray, I want Fairy Luxray. That'll be interesting. A Fairy type Luxray? I'd be down for that. If I do use Mega Raichu, it's for sure gonna be Y. I mean, I hear a lot of people like Mega Raichu Y. I'm not a fan of the design. I just think it looks goofy. I don't like the weird lightning bolts on its head. I don't know. Not for me, but I respect it if it's for someone else. Yeah, I'm not having a lot of luck on this Buizel. This Buizel's being stubborn. Crazy. Megatropius would be cool. That's a Pokemon that hasn't had a lot of love that could use it. I'm trying to think of any Gen 5 Pokemon that could be really cool for a Mega. You know what? The Vanillix line, that would be cool as a Mega. Like, just make it a ice cream sundae. That'd be cool. That's a fun one you could do. That would be really cool. It is totals. In total, so the new ones are Raichu X and Y, Chestnut, Delphox, Greninja, Malamar, Hawlucha, Victreebel, Dragonite, and all the previous Megas. There's no way that's it, though. Maybe it's just counting what we know so far. Like, because obviously anything else is just a rumor. I hope that's not the only Megas. I feel like it's a missed opportunity if they don't do more. Because it feels also dumb also for them to just reveal all of them, you know, before the game comes out. It feels like that's silly. Like, we pretty much know that there's going to be regional forms, I think, at this point. For the starters, it doesn't make sense for them to do Megas for the new starters. I feel like it's going to be regional forms. Now, if they do regional forms and Megas, who knows? That could be crazy, but I can see them doing regional forms for the new 3 Pokemon. Because think about it, we got Gen 1 that has Megas, Gen 3 that has Megas, and now Gen 6 that has Megas. That's 3 gens out of the 9 at the moment that have Megas. Now we also have Gen 2, pretty much, with regional forms, Gen 5, which pretty much with regional forms, and then what is the other one? What was the other one? It was, oh, Gen 7. That's probably gonna have regional forms. So there's 3 with Megas, 3 with regional forms. There's 3 more left of which is Gen 4, Gen 8, and Gen 9 that don't have anything right now. Which I'm wondering what they're gonna do, because it feels weird to have Gen 4 just kind of like kicked out to the curb. But I feel like they're gonna give Megas and or regional forms to those as well eventually down the line. And then when we get to like Gen 10, I know some people are like always speculating with Gen 10 and all that stuff, and I get that. You can only go so long before you need to get new Pokemon, especially for those people that like shiny hunt like every single Pokemon. They're gonna need like new Pokemon to shiny hunt, and you could do regional forms and stuff, but that's never gonna be like enough as like getting a whole different gen. But I do think it would be a smart, maybe not smart, but I think it'd be a cool decision if they held off on Gen 10 for a bit and focused on like more remakes and more like Legends games. I just think that would be so much more fun. But who knows? We'll find out. Next February, they'll give us some news about what's in their works next. But I do think it's been very nice for them to take their time for ZA and everything. Platinum needs to be a Legends. We kind of had that with ZA though. Also, thank you for the shiny life, Maury. So I don't think we need that. I do think it'd be cool if they did like a DLC or something for ZA. I don't think they're gonna, because it's too late now. But I wish we could have gotten to the Distortion World. I'd love a game where we can go to Distortion World again, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. So they had the opportunity with both BDSP and Legends Arceus, and they just didn't. So I don't see it happening. You're buying skin in Episodic because gray skin. I mean, you know, you do you. I think we'll go to 3,000. We'll end it at 3,000 today. Do 200 encounters. That'll be pretty good. But yeah, I think they're not gonna do Platinum. But I do think Gen 5 needs to be a Legends game. Like, out of all the gens, Gen 5 and Gen 2, I feel like needs to be Legends games. We haven't had a Gen 2 game in a while, and I think a Legend Celebi would be super cool. It would make sense too, with the time traveling and stuff. And I would love to have a game where I can shiny hunt Celebi. That's not Leaf Green or whatever the original Celebi shiny hunting game was. Crystal, I think. So I do think a Legend Celebi would be super cool. The only thing is, even if they do it though, I don't think you'll be able to shiny hunt Celebi in that game because they have been shiny locking everything these days, and it's just not as fun. I wish they wouldn't shiny lock so much, but it is what it is. I don't see them doing Gen 1 for a Legends game unless it's in the future. Because now they're doing ones with the future, which I was definitely surprised about. But I can see Legends Celebi being in the past because we get to see like the original burning of the burned tower. I think that would be super cool. And the original dogs, what they were, the mysterious Pokemon they were before they became the legendary dogs of Entei, Raikou, and Suicune. That would be cool. Same with Gen 5. I can see that being the past. Because we can see the original dragon and the formation of the original dragon. So I can see it being like Legends Original Dragon, whatever the name of that dragon is. I don't see Primal Celebi. I don't see that. I see Mega Celebi because there was leaked official merch, I think, of Mega Celebi. I didn't like the design, but I think they might have had an idea for Mega Celebi. But I still think Mega Celebi would make more sense. So I would love to see that. And people have been asking for a Johto game again for a while, so a Legends Celebi would be super cool. And as a Celebi fan, it would make me really happy. So I'm so tired of shiny locks. I couldn't use Shed Tail. Aw. I want Gen 1 not far in the past, but I want to go do Young Oak. About the legendary dogs, MGD kind of theorized about the legendary dogs are maybe Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. See, that's the thing that I disagree with. I've seen that theory, but I disagree with that because if that was the case, why didn't they just say they were Vaporeon, Jolteon, or Flareon? Because they were around at that time. But they didn't say that. They said they were mysterious Pokemon. So I feel like it's very open-ended because they're gonna make new Pokemon for that. So I feel like until they say it is that, I feel like it's probably gonna be some new Pokemon. And I probably think they're gonna be like, let's say for example it's a Poochyena variant. I feel like they're all gonna be Poochyenas that they get their own distinct traits. I don't think they're gonna be 3 separate Pokemon. I think there's gonna be one Pokemon species that just goes extinct around that time. Like weirder, for example. Like we don't know about that in the future because it was a Pokemon in the past that went extinct. Like, I feel like it's gonna be something like that. The typing skill matchups and EVs make sense. I mean, maybe that's just a coincidence. I don't know if they really thought that far. Maybe it is. Who knows? What if they release a new trio of dogs and it's just water dog, fire dog, electric dog? Who knows? It's up to them. But I do think it's just, there's so many opportunities for the past to be for Gen 5 and Gen 2. Gen 6? What am I saying? 6. Gen 3? I don't know if they're going to make a Legends game of Gen 3. Unless it's in the future. I can see them doing a future one for Gen 3 and Gen 1, and here's why. We technically had the past of Gen 3 with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And for Gen 1, it would make no sense to do the past because Mewtwo wouldn't exist in the past. Mewtwo is a part of the, like, in part of the original Red and Blue and Green. It was right when Mewtwo first came to exist. It would make no sense to go into the past because there would be no Mewtwo. It just wouldn't make sense logically. Now, if they somehow figure out a way to bend the rules, maybe. But, like, Mewtwo is a future Pokemon. It's a present time Pokemon. So it would make more sense to do a future version and then have Mewtwo maybe, like, get... I wouldn't even say Mewtwo get a new Mega. Just, like, have Mew get a Mega or something and then have it be, like, Legends Mew. And then just have both Mewtwo's there that you can get the Mega forms of. I just see the future version being Gen 1. I also see them doing... Because they kind of see, like, a pattern almost starting to form. I can see them doing... Like, we started with the past with Legends Arceus. And now we're doing the future with Legends EA. I can see them being the next one being... Because the present's always been the main series games. Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. So I can see them doing the past for the next Legends game, and then next Legends game after that being the future. So they could do, like, for example, Gen 5 of the past, but then do Gen 1 of the future, and then do Gen 2 of the past, and then do Gen 3 of the future. Like, I can see that pattern kind of forming. I can't say much about Gen 8 or 9, or even 7 as of yet, because I don't see them doing those gens for a while, but I feel like they're gonna probably do the Legends games of the others first, and then they'll kind of go forward. Because I don't see them doing Gen 8 or 9 because they're too early right now. Gen 7's ambiguous. They could not. Who knows? But I think it'd be really cool if they had that pattern and they kind of kept that going. And I would just love to see more lore. I think the coolest part about the Legends game is a deeper dive into the region as a whole. I think that's fun. I think that's really cool. Because we can have, like, a Legends Deoxys, or Legends Jirachi, a Legends Mew, a Legends Celebi, a Legends Original Dragon. I don't know what to do for Gen 7, but... Legends Zero Aura or something, maybe. I don't know. I think a Legends game for Gen 7, the coolest thing about that is being pretty much the whole game, or at least a good portion of the game, in the Ultra Wormholes. That would be cool. And just exploring the ultra wormholes. But I know they did that a lot already in Ultra Sun and Moon, so I don't know how they would make it different, but or if it would be past or future, but it'd still be cool. Because people really did like the ultra wormholes, so I can see them doing something like that. And I also think a game, where, especially with Gen 3, where we get to see more of Deoxys and learn more about Deoxys as a whole, because we just know it's a space Pokemon. I think it'd be really cool, because now we have, like, the Ultra Beasts and stuff, to learn more about Deoxys. And Jirachi, because Jirachi's a Pokemon that slumbers in space. Like, that'd be cool. Sleep time, good night. Have a good night. What is the first Pokemon game generation you ever played? Gen 4 Pokemon Platinum was my first ever Pokemon game. main series Pokemon game I played. Technically, the first Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Stadium, and I don't know if that was Kanto or not. If it was, then it was, but first, like, mainline game I played was Platinum. I would try to explain, but that would make me type so long, so never mind. If anything, though, the legendary bees are more like cat than dog. I mean, maybe, I don't know, I feel like they're, I guess you could argue them being cats, because first of all, they look more like cats, and they act more like lions and tigers. I can see that. I don't really see them more as dogs, and that's why I think Beast is definitely better. But yeah, I agree. I think the only one that kind of looks more dog-like is Suicune. I think the other two look more like cats, and Suicune looks more like a dog, because Entei feels more like a lion, Raikou a tiger, and then Suicune like a dog, just from the, like a greyhound or hound in general. But just off of looks, but I don't know. I think Beast makes more sense because it could be either. So yeah, Raikou is literally a saber-tooth tiger. Yeah. So he's also got the stripes for a tiger too. But yeah, I think the Legends games open up so much opportunity, and I think that's such a good idea for Pokemon, is to like have the mainline games but then also have the Legends games. I think that's just so much fun. Like, in fact, I don't even think we should do remakes anymore of the old games. Just leave the old games as they were, and then just start doing Legends games as the remake. I think that's perfect. Like, it's like a continuation. Like, I mean, that's what remakes are. Like, that's what Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was. It was all about getting to play in the same region again, but if the story is slightly different. Like, it has the nostalgic parts that you remember, but the story is different. I think that's the biggest thing why people didn't like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Like, I love Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl for the looks and just the playability, but I will say there's several things on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl that I'm very disappointed in. First of all, I wanted to be able to play the Underground online and play like Capture the Flag with my friends, and they kind of got rid of that because they kind of didn't do the secret bases right. I think what they should have done with the secret bases is kept the original secret base, and if they wanted to still do the statue thing, have like an extra room in the secret base where it's just for statues. That would have made more sense. But they didn't do that, and that's what's kind of sad. I also think the following Pokemon mechanic, while I did like it, or like the idea of it, wasn't executed right because the Pokemon don't really follow you. They keep falling too far behind. So I feel like that should have been fixed. And then the other gripe, which is my brother's biggest gripe, is the villa. They did not put in the villa at the end like they did in like Platinum and the other ones, because you used to have to spend like so much money to get all the like furniture and stuff in the villa, and my poor brother didn't spend a single penny the entire game of BDSP, got to the end and there was no villa, and he was so upset. And I feel like that's like a huge blunder. Like, you could have put in the villa. Like, I feel like those are like the three things that could have made the game a whole different ballpark. Now, I do agree with a lot of people, especially MNJTV, how the Cynthia battle was a little too difficult. They should have made it a little easier, or at least had a setting that if you wanted to have it super difficult, you can. But for those that don't want it that difficult, mainly kids, it wouldn't be. So I do think that was a little much. But what are you gonna do? It is what it is. I think they learned a lot, though. Oh, actually, one other thing that's like the biggest thing, actually. I think the biggest mistake of this game is that the fact that they made the game square-based. So the original, or pixel-based, which the original Platinum, Diamond, and Pearl was pixel-based. But that made sense because everything was pixel-based and it can only go right, left, up, down. But now with the controllers, I can go sideways And going pixel-based sideways means you can get stuck in the corners and stuff, which a lot of people had the problem with. So, yeah. I do think that was a big mistake as well. Now they know they fixed a lot of the stuff with patches, but I do think those 4 things, if they had those 4 things fixed, they probably would have had a much better success on this game. But, you know, it is what it is. Gave Emily Clara ENVA funds to pull for Evernight. Oh, that's awesome. That's always fun. I like when the voice actors pull for characters. I think that's really fun. I'm gonna be pulling Don Hung's Permiser Turan light cone on stream, so I'm excited for that. But we gotta go through Enforce's story a little bit so I can get some jades to pull for it. But I gotta find my controller. Still digging through boxes. I'll hopefully find it. I hope I find it. I'm scared. My biggest fear is that the box is like not there and it's just missing, and then I'm just missing like a chunk of stuff. It's my biggest fear, but you never know. Molly Azila ENVA, yeah. So I was watching Apothecary Diaries, right? And so Lady Gyokyo's voice actor is Molly. The EN voice actor is Molly Zhang. And I recognized it, and I was like, wait a minute. Is this her? And I looked it up. Sometimes you think it's a voice actor, but it's not. They just sound similar. But then I looked it up, and I was like, whoa. And I was so happy to realize, like, it was her. I think it was really cool. I will also say, though, I've seen, like, a lot of videos lately on my feed for YouTube where it's, like, the same voice actor, and they show, like, clips of the voice actor doing their characters. And I think it's super cool. But some of them, I will say, blow my mind. I'm like, how do you have this vocal range? I never would have thought this was you unless someone showed me. And, like, I never would have thought this was you. I think the craziest one is Fate Archer's VA in English. He's got such a range because there's several, like, voices he does that I would have never put together as the same guy. Ever. It does not sound like the same guy. But it is. It's crazy. I like Liwa more. Sorry to Molly. See, slight spoilers, I guess, for the light novel, even though I haven't read the light novel. But I've heard that like, a lot of people have not been liking Lady Gyokyo as the story progressed. And I'm like, that's interesting, because I actually really like her right now. But I'm like, I wonder what that means. And, like, you know? So, I do like Lady Liwa. I think I like on all of them. Rip Lulin. But I just think Mao Mao and Jinshi is like the star of the show, and everyone else is background to me. Like, I'm here for the Mao Mao and Jinshi moments, and that's it. And apparently they get even better as the story progresses, and I'm so excited. I hope the manga artist for Apothecary Diaries recovers soon, because I want to see more of his beautiful art making the manga. But man, that's so cool. Liwa is winning. I do like the blue on Liwa. It looks really good. But I do think the red on Lady Gyokyo is good. So, you seeing Amelie's cover for thought on voice acting Overlord 2? Oh yeah, I saw that clip. Voicers are so talented. They are. They're crazy. Like, it's impressive. I've thought about being a voice actor once. I think I would like to voice act in something. once, like at least once. I think that'd be really cool. Maybe in a gacha game or something. But I don't think I would ever be a voice actor because, as Maury kind of pointed out, there's some things that I'm sure I'd be asked to do or to say, and I'm like, that is not coming out of my mouth. Like, not a chance. I feel like I would be pushing my own morals with some of the crazy anime out there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that for money. That's a no. I don't want my voice out there saying crazy things like that. You asked me who my favorite VA is. I don't have a favorite VA in English, but I love them as a friend. My favorite VA is JP is Anya Sakura. Interesting. Who does she voice? That sounds familiar. I'd probably say Amelie is my favorite voice actor. She does good voice acting, and she's just a good streamer too. So, but I do like Molly Zhang as well. So, she's very funny. No, I have not watched Charlotte. I'm gonna look it up. She sounds familiar. She sounds really familiar. Oh, that's why. Okay. So she does the Don Don girl and Uraraka. And Fiona from Spy X Family. That's why. I feel like I've seen her or heard her before. Uraraka is probably where I've seen her from. So, yeah, she does Uraraka and My Hero. Yeah, that would be what I recognize the voice actor from. Bum, 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 bum. She voices Yae, Sakura in Honkai Impact 3rd, and Yae Miko in Genshin. I saw that she did Genshin characters as well. 2 more in Nikkei. Oh, that's nice. I don't really pay attention to gacha game voice actors very often. I think the only exception to that is Honkai Star Rail, not because I'm a crazy Honkai Star Rail fan, but because of Molly Zhang's streams of pulling with the other voice actors. They're chaotic and they're super funny, and I love the content. So I know a lot of the voice actors in there because of that, the crazy streams. So. $86. I'm getting there. Almost at 3,000. And still no shiny. Not even like a phase. That's like crazy. Closest ENVA is Emily for me. That's fair. She's very sweet. 86 is a great anime. I've seen like clips of 86 and like what the story's about. It seems interesting, but I've never actually like watched it. Weasel. Very cool, lore heavy, but ended in a sweet candy. Interesting. I should rewatch 86. It's been a long time. I've been in my rewatch arc, so I recently actually watched the newest episode of Kaijin No 8 though, so that was cool. And I'm excited for Free Run Season 2. I'm so excited for Free Run Season 2. I'm going to be talking that up a storm, and I'm sure Megan is too, because she's a super big fan of Free Run. But I'm so excited for Free Run Season 2. I've read the manga. I know where it's probably going to end in Season 2, and I'm excited. Lately, I've been rereading my manhwa of Villains Are Destined to Die. I'm so into it. Like, I actually have the book, one of the books that I was rereading behind me, and I'm gonna continue rereading it before bed because, man, it's so, like, the art, Soul's art is gorgeous. I want to commission him to do, like, some of my characters in his style because, good golly, his art is so gorgeous. I can't even describe it. I can't even duplicate it. It's so gorgeous. Honestly, if possible, I'd ask him to make a model art of me. Like, so I can have a model in his art style. That would be the coolest thing ever. Like, I would pay for that. That would be so cool. Like, oh my gosh. If you haven't seen his artwork, it's phenomenal. Gorgeous artwork. Like, it's such a unique style, and it is just so pleasing to the eye to see. Like, I love buying the books for Villains of Destiny to Die just because the art is beautiful. Like, man, I can't describe it any more than that. You know what? I'm gonna pull up a picture for you guys so you guys can see. You guys have to see how pretty this artwork is. Dum 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 dum. Trying to find a good picture to show you. Like, he can make men and women very hot. He knows what he's doing. He is so good. Like, everything is so incredibly gorgeous. No twin tail redeem. It's in there. Yeah, pigtails. It's there. It's just called pigtails. It's there. Ta-da! See? It's there. Dum 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 dum. Where's the boys? Show me pictures of the boys. I'm just gonna pull up a bunch of pictures for you guys just to see how gorgeous this guy's art is. I believe he's a Korean artist, but I could be wrong. But man, this art is so pretty. Okay. Just 6 more. Yep. Thank you for the blanket as well. I'll turn off the poor bunny. He's kind of getting buried. Alright. Come on. Just let me do this. Now I got the ability to guarantee character in Star Rail. Ooh. Same for Lycone. Yeah, that's what I was like for Evernight, and I was very happy with that. Make like a quick collage of beautiful artwork of this fantastic, very talented man. I believe it's a man. I think Soul's a man's name. I could be wrong. But this talented individual. The man, the myth, the legend. Okay, putting this in here. Bum 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 bum. You get to see the pretty artwork. Ta-da! Look at this. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this is. Look at this. Isn't this insane? Look at this guy. This is crazy. Like, this guy's art is so good. It's insane. All right, you can see it. But like, villains are destined to die, guys. That's all what this is from. But look how pretty it is. It's so good. I'm not sponsored, but I'm sponsoring them anyway. They deserve so much, like, more recognition. I would love to see an animation studio make that story. First of all, the story is phenomenal in and of itself. The artwork is phenomenal, above phenomenal. It's just amazing. Like, I can't even speak it in words. It's so good. Like, I would love to see that as an animation if it, like, ever got, like, big enough. I don't think it's that, like, it's pretty big, but I don't know if it's big enough to get an animation. If it does, I'm 100% watching it because it's so good. It's, like, such a story that keeps you on your toes. It's amazing. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, check out Villains Are Destined to Die. It's available online as well through Tapas or TappyToon on their apps if you want to read it there. And the first several chapters are free. So go read it. It's so good. It's an amazing story. So 100% check it out. It's really good. Anyway, let's find a shiny. Do 9999. All right, one more, guys. This is the last one. Thank you for the shiny luck. Thank you for the shiny luck, Fang. Here it is, the last one. Dun 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 dun. No, nothing. 3,000 and nothing. That is so crazy. Oh, Panna! Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, well, I guess I'll keep going for a little bit longer. We're just about to end, but I guess we'll stick around for a little longer. Thank you so much, Panna. Panna is so mean. The snacks are gone, so I leave. Tee-hee-hee, bat raid. What the heck? Bad news, Kate? Bad news? What happened? What did Panna do? Panna, what'd you do? I'm here. Panna, why are you laughing? What'd you do? Why is there... Oh, whoa, hello. Crisis, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Oh, thank you so much. It's super sweet. I really appreciate it. If you got a sub from Crisis, say thank you. Or Valorant. The bonus. Good luck on the Cooper. Yeah, thanks for the gift sub. Yeah. Appreciate them subs. Indeed, Hannah. GG, yeah. I stole snacks and kicked them out. Oh no. Why did you steal the snacks? The cave is closed. I must pay the lurk tax. Aw, thanks, Crisis. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it. We're still looking for the shiny Weasel, and we have not had luck. We're even at 3,000. We still haven't had any luck. I'm still under the table. What did you do, Ellen? Why did you get pushed under the table? Oh my. Nomming on stolen knobs. Oh no. Actually, I have one singular dark chocolate kiss on my desk. I have not eaten it yet. It's just there, but it's the last one. So. How did the league go? Did you win? Panda failed to lick Elm Nom. Lick Elm out? What? Kick. Oh, I'm about to say, what? Oh my goodness. Sounds crazy. I saw the new model, Panda. It's so pretty. Congrats on the new model. It's very pretty. I've thought about getting the same kind of model before, but I decided against it for now. Maybe one day. I can fare so close, I confused them. Oh no. We were... I'm almost called Kate late. No worries, no worries. Sorry, I just got a notification, so I wanted to look at it real quick. But yeah, no worries, no worries. But we were just talking about my favorite book series that I've been watching recently. If I can pull it back up. Deleted it, I think. Yeah, hold on. We're gonna pull it back up. There you go. I'm talking about how beautiful the art is for this series. Look at it. Look at it. Appreciate it. Look at it. Look at the gorgeous art. The artist's name is Soul. It's S-U-O-L. It's amazing. It's called Villains Are Destined to Die. It's an amazing series. Go read it if you can. It's free on Tapas and TappyToon. There's an app or a website, whatever you prefer. Super pretty. I like the story a lot. I'm addicted because it's gorgeous and it's amazing and it's got a lot of twists and turns and it's fun. So, appreciate it. Anyway, continuing with my shiny hunt. And failing to get to shiny. I'm gonna get to odds at this rate. Like, at this point, I'm like, I'm just determined to get to odds at this rate. We're gonna get to 4,000. 4,096. It's gonna be easy. Look at this rate, we're getting to 4,096. It's gonna happen. But anyway. Hope everyone's been well. We're kind of just vibing. That's all we've been doing. So. Bum 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 bum. All right. Let's go to 3,050 and we'll stop there, I think. Maybe even 3,025. It's starting to get late on my end. It's past 11. So now I want to do some reading before bed. But I've been going through a lot of the books that I own lately and kind of just rereading them. I've been enjoying it. It's actually been really relaxing. So 3,050. You got this. I mean, we can. Work started and I got this notification. Thank you for the sub and goodbye. Off for afternoon work. Good luck, Maury. All right, we'll go to 3,050 just for you guys. I'll take my pill of this dark chocolate kiss. It's not a pill at all, it's just dark chocolate kiss. As my, like, caffeine. Made it. Happy wag mesmerizing. It is. Last day of this week for work, and tomorrow is the start of 12 days holiday for me. Ooh, that's fun. Holidays are great. I know I've been like off from like streaming for the last 2 months, but I also have been like working and doing other things. So like, I love a vacation. I'd love to disappear for a week and not have to think about anything. Like, no more cleaning, no more prepping for moves or anything. Just nothing. Just put me into like a pool for a week. Like, just set me free. I like Kate's VTuber model, always smug at like face. Actually, fun fact, my model wasn't originally supposed to have the :3 mouth. Originally I wanted it to have just a regular basic smile. If you've seen, like, for example, if you saw the original artwork when I first released the model, the image of the model, it didn't have the :3 smile. In fact, Amy Desu, the Ricker, added the :3 smile, and I actually spent like 2 to 3 days debating if I wanted to keep it or not. I decided to keep it because I did grow to like it a lot, and a lot of my friends, when I asked their opinion, when I asked Hannah and Mega's opinion, they all really liked it as well. So I decided to stick with the :3, and I'm really happy that I did. It actually turned out to be really cute and very fun and funny. So, and I'm glad everyone likes it. So, there you go. Fun fact of the day. Was not my original intention. I didn't want it to, because I wasn't really sure I wanted my model to be silly. I wanted to kind of go for more the elegant vibe, but I kind of ended up rolling with both. And like a silly, elegant vibe. So, yeah. I'm a silly goose. Or a silly fox. Like, I can be pretty and silly. Ooh. But yeah, I ended up turning out really well. Very happy with my model. TBH is... You don't look like you have fun. People assume you can't have fun and stuff. Learned IRL. I mean, yeah, I guess. If you don't look like you're having fun, then no one else can have fun. So, I mean, that's the point though, right? If you're having fun, then everyone else has fun. If you're not having a good time, then no one else is gonna have a good time. That's another reason why you shouldn't play games as a streamer that you don't enjoy. Because if you're not enjoying yourself, then why would the audience be enjoying themselves? No one wants to see someone uncomfortable. Like, that's just not the same. Now, if someone's getting scared and, you know, you can tell when someone's being scared and having a good time even being scared, and when someone's being truly terrified and not having a good time. Like, that's when, like, it's not fun and games anymore. And you can tell, because then it, of course, no one wants to see that. So it's, you know, like that. Like, I don't like being scared as much. I'm gonna try and play a scary game for October, but, you know, if I end up feeling like I don't want to do it anymore, then I'm gonna stop. So, because if I'm not having a good time, then you guys aren't gonna have a good time either. And there's no point in wasting either of our time with that. So, yeah. Has a resting bee face and looks serious all the time. Can't help it. I mean, I've actually been told IRL that I have a resting face like that. And then some people have been like, are you happy? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And it's more of like, I wouldn't say it's my resting face. It's more of like my thinking face. When I'm like thinking deeply and I'm like lost in thought. Apparently I look really mad, I've heard. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm just thinking. I'm not mad at all. Like, I'm just deep in thought. I think more like not really confused. I don't think confuzzled is a word, but that's how that's the best way I can describe how I'm like when I'm thinking. I am trying to process like what's going on or whatever. So I don't know. Been trained to look serious. Well, everyone's different. 322. Or 3022, I guess. No elaborates on why or whom. No worries. Hey, Mr. Boizel, you're not allowed to attack me. What? Couldn't get away. What? What? We're not playing games like that. You're not a shiny. Go away. Actually, you know, this is a legit question. I haven't played this game in a while. Do I have Pokeballs to catch a shiny if I find a shiny? Okay, I've got plenty. That's a legit question I should have concerns about. To make sure I, you know, have what I need. For those who have not seen my shiny Turtwig, ta-da! My shiny Groudle. Biggie! I assume that Wild Booza had a crazy high speed AD. Probably. I would assume so as well, yeah. Just not want to let you run, so it just had to. Yeah, I guess so. Just wouldn't have it. 25 more. Whee! So fun fact, I found the story Villains of Destined to Die when I was just perusing Barnes & Noble a long time ago. And I found the story, I found the cover, it was really pretty. It was volume 1. It was before I think even volume 2 even came out. And I sat down in the bookstore and I read it for a bit and I fell in love with the story and I bought it. And that day I think I bought like 10 books. Like I was buying a lot of books that day. I don't even remember the other books I bought with it. I think I bought Lore Olympus is one of the books I bought. I don't remember. But I bought a lot of books that day. I have a picture somewhere on my phone. Cause I have like, it was such a big stack. And like, I was not just the books. I bought like trinkets. I bought, bookmarks. Wow, that left my brain for a second. I had so much fun in that store that day. But I think that was probably one of my most prized books because it was just, it really set me down like a really interesting path. I remember I was at family's house for some kind of event. And I remember finding the story online and I could read ahead of what was printed. Oh my gosh, I was addicted. It was so good. I'm still addicted. Like, I'm so excited that they're publishing again. I think it's like, I thought it was the final season, but it seems like it might not be, which makes me excited because that means there's more. But I'm really excited because it's so good. Did you know certain Pokemon moves have negative priority? I think so. I think I'd do that, yeah. Indeed I did. It's mostly moves that force opponent to switch or teleport. Forgot teleport has negative priority. Imagine catching Abra if teleport didn't have never priority. Actually, that'd be interesting. I mean, if teleport had priority, then no one would be able to ever catch Abra unless they threw a Pokeball immediately. I think the only thing that comes above any Pokemon move is a Pokeball. Like, no matter how high the priority move is, you would still be able to throw a Pokeball first. So, it'd be interesting, that's for sure. But anyway, my point was, goes to show that if you just go to the bookstore and you find a book and see its stat and check it out, and you never know what you're gonna find. And yes, sometimes you can judge a book by its cover, especially when the cover is very pretty. But I think actually, I don't even think I really judged it by its cover. I was captivated by its cover, and that's what made me look into it. But I didn't judge the book or buy the book just immediately because of its cover. I bought the book because of the contents that was in it after I saw the cover. So yeah, you never know. There are moves that have higher priority than Pokeball, I think. Really? I've never heard of one. Recently, I had a good idea to judge a book by its cover. Oh. I mean, there's some good stories that have the most basic of covers. Also, have you seen what people are doing, or what books are doing now? Like, where they have, like, the really cool detailed sides now of the pages? That's so cool. Like, the Harry Potter books reprinted with that, and it looks so cool. Like, that's so fun. I've never seen that before, but that's so fun. And I love that. So, I hope it becomes more of a thing, because that's pretty. 3036. We're making progress. Gotta figure out who we're gonna raid later. I wonder who's even live that I know right now. Because the cover has very little effort out in it, it's very often not great. Recent releases, not older releases. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing is why you can't judge a book by its cover, is some can have beautiful covers but not good stories, and some could have boring covers and great stories. So you really can't judge a book by its cover. In fact, for Villains Are Destined to Die, I actually just like read the first couple pages and then skimmed through the rest a little bit. Not enough to spoil the whole like book for me, but enough for me to like. It was a manhwa, to be fair, so it was a lot easier to skim through. But the synopsis or summary of the story is always very important because it's supposed to captivate the story, so you can tell a lot from the story from there. And then also the first few pages as well, you can tell a lot. And if it's got a prologue, I usually will skip the prologue and I'll look at the actual beginning of the story. And then, like, obviously read it the correct way after I've, like, purchased it and at home, you know? I'm not gonna sit in a bookstore for hours reading the story when I can just buy it and take it home and read it in my nice living room, you know? Like, I just want to make sure I'm buying a book that I want to read. So, that's all. You read it kind of enough to get a feel for it, and if it's something you're interested in. And if you end up buying it and it ends up not being what you thought it was, then, you know, maybe we'll sell it off later or give it away later. But it's always fun to give it a try and stuff. I like perusing for books and new stories and stuff. I also like decorating shelves. I like having a shelf of the series, having little knickknacks and stuff that kind of go with the series. I like doing that as well. It's a lot of fun. Too bad Villains Are Destined to Die is not as popular of a story, because I would totally love like little plushies of like the characters. I think it'd be really cute. But alas, it is not a thing. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if like Makeshift got like made plushies of this series? I'd go insane. I'd be so excited. Actually, I was making art of Penelope Einkart from the story. I was making art, like a little keychain art of the main character from Villains Are Destined to Die, but I never finished it. I probably have the file somewhere. Maybe I'll finish it on a stream for you guys. It'll be fun. I mean, yeah, I could hire an artist to make a custom plush, but that's like $120 each for a plush, and at that point, I might even make it myself. I have a sewing machine. I got the skills. I can probably do that. The only thing that'd be hard that I would probably commission is someone making like, for example, embroidered eyes or something. But that's like super cheap, actually. You can make someone, you can pay someone to make like custom embroideries for like not that expensive prices. So that's much easier than doing a whole custom plush. Now, if I had like crazy amounts of money, then yeah, of course I would do it. But I don't have crazy amounts of money, so that's not gonna happen. So I'm sure if the artist decided to be like, yeah, we're gonna make plushies, and decided to do it for Makeshift, I'm sure they would get enough people to sign up for it, like easy, with the amount of fans that they have for this book. It's not like a crazy popular book, but it's popular enough that it would get what it needed. So five more. So I said yesterday with my return student that we got like a pool in our house, and Murphy's not really sure about it. One thing he's sure of though is he likes to take his ball and drop it into the pool and then look up at us and be like, "Get it, please. Like, grab it for me, please." And we're like, "No, you dropped it in the pool. Get it yourself." You silly dog. Like, he just like drops it in there and he barks at us and he's like, "Get it." And we're like, "No, this is not fetch. We're not fetching for you. Like, this is not how this works." It's like he's trying to train us and we're like, "No." And then he whines. He's like, "Oh, my ball's in the water and I can't reach it." I'm like, "Well, you put it in there." Like, he sounds pretty adorable. It is very adorable, but it's so funny. He just is like, "You get it." And we're like, "No." He's starting to learn to get it himself now. And now he's like, he looks so sad when he gets it himself. He's like, "Oh, fine, I'll get it myself." Like, it's like, dude. Like, what the heck? He's so silly. I love how I suddenly started talking about Murphy and my viewership suddenly skyrocketed. Skyrocketed. You are all suddenly back. Like, man. But yeah, Murphy's adorable. I love my Murph dog. He's cute. All right, two more. Two more. The final two, for real this time. Thank you so much for the raid, Batna, if you're still here. It really meant a lot. I really appreciated it. All right, last one. I'll make a heart. I don't know how to make a heart. I don't have time for that. And nothing. Not even a weasel. Dang. We're just not gonna be getting anything. My goodness. Goodness gracious. Alright. Let's find someone to raid, shall we? Oh, I know who we're gonna raid. I know immediately who we're gonna raid. I just saw them immediately, and I know who we're gonna raid. Someone who's raided me, but I don't think I've ever raided them. We're gonna raid them. So we're going to raid Starlight Daryl, my music artist. So yeah, my music composer. So we're gonna raid her. It was just recently her birthday, so give her a happy belated birthday. So yeah. You should raid Kate Rose. No, we're not raiding myself. I don't think you can. So we're not doing that. Unfortunately, hopefully next time. Yeah, we'll get wait for next time. We'll get it another time. We'll make it happen. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will or night. And I'll see you guys next time. Don't know when I'm gonna stream next, because things around here are getting crazy and hectic. But I'm gonna do what I can. So, yeah. Da, 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 na, na, na.